the Saints continue to give us their sob story. According to a report over the weekend, there is concern that 4 of the officials assigned to last Sunday's game, Saints-Rams, live in Southern California. Yeah, by the way, both quarterbacks in the Super Bowl are from California. The NFL Network is in California. Andy Reid's from Los Angeles. Aaron Rodgers is from California. Pete Rozelle, the former commissioner, was from Los Angeles. It's a big state full of talented people. There would be a crazy conspiracy if all 4 were from, Ann Arbor, Michigan, or Tyler, Texas. But the fact that 4 of the many officials at the game are from, Los Angeles is because it's the second biggest city in America. You ever been around? I went skiing this weekend. I sat on a lift chair multiple times with people from Los Angeles, and then people from Dallas, and then people from New York. Because there's a lot of people in those 3 cities. They're all over the country traveling.
I don't know. This is very tinfoil hat-ish.
Yes, it is. For the record, I understand fans, your job is to give us material like this. I never hold the fans to the same level I hold the media. My job, I am paid to go to sporting events. You pay to go to sporting events. You're fun and crazy and energetic and lively and obsessed and delusional and nutty. You give us material. I get it. Thank you. We can't be. We have to add some nuance to it. There should be a separation. Never forget this. The conspiracy before the Rams-Saints game. There was a petition going around online to not have Bill Vinovich referee it. Because he had officiated 8 Rams games since they came to L.A., and they were 0-8.
Yeah.
So the conspiracy before the game was Ram fans thinking, we're going to get hosed by Bill Vinovich. The conspiracy after the game is that Bill Vinovich guy was against us. What's the common thread? Fans thinking there's conspiracies. If there was going to be a conspiracy, and I said this for years defending the NBA, you wouldn't do it in the Western Conference Finals. If you were going to throw games, you'd do what Tim Donaghy did. You'd pick a Tuesday night, Denver against the Sixers that nobody's watching. You probably wouldn't do a Rams-Saints game to throw, a rigged game into the NFL. The other thing is this idea that Roger Goodell should have strong, defiant, tribal opinions on this. No, he shouldn't. That would be called micromanaging. Did the Major League Baseball commissioner come out in 1995, Royals, Cardinals, Don Deckinger, butcher to call it first? Did Major League Baseball's commissioner rush out to have a press conference? No, bad calls happen. And did David Stern rush out and call a massive press conference years ago when the Sacramento Kings got hosed by a number of bad calls against Kobe and the Lakers? No, he didn't come out because bad calls happen. And in that Sacramento Kings game, there were about 50 bad calls. They all went against the Kings. There was a bad call here. It's not a job for a commissioner to appease goofy fans. Should he have had a comment on the petition before the game? No. He shouldn't have a comment on petitions and controversy and conspiracy theories after the game. That's not what you do. It's called micromanaging. My bosses never tell me what to say on my show. That would be micromanaging. They hire me. They know that some days I'm really good and some days I'm not as good and some days I'm stupid. But they don't come down and tell me and respond to every segment I do because they know over the course of time, for every 10 segments, 7 will be really good, 2 will be okay, 1 will stink. That's life. And you know as an NFL commissioner that you have a head of commissioners. And he will have strong tribal opinions when calls are butchered, and they always are. We had a World Series, Cardinals-Royals, butchered. We had the Western Conference Finals, Game 6 in Sacramento, butchered. And this call was butchered. But it wasn't the last play of the game, nor was Game 6, Sacramento and Lakers, last game of the series. This game went to overtime in New Orleans. Saints got the ball. Win or shut up. This is not a position for a commissioner to talk. That's called micromanaging. That's bad management. Jumping in and having strong opinions to make sure that I can appease. By the way, the adult in the room for the Saints is Drew Brees. Drew Brees came out, and this is why he's Drew Brees, said this week on his Instagram, I've spent the last week navigating the heartache and disappointment from the game. some things within and some outside our control that caused us to fall short. I refuse to let this bring us down, to let this create any negativity or resentment. I embrace the challenge. Oh, that's actually what adults say. All right, we lost. Some we could control, some we couldn't. Probably should have gotten touchdowns in the red zone. We only got field goals. We could control that. Kind of butchered it. Left with 6 points. Should have been 14. Wouldn't have had this concern. And then the other thing, the officials gave us a few breaks. Got hosed on that one. Couldn't control it. Folks, anger comes from expectations. If you expect a perfectly officiated game, you're going to be disappointed. If the call would have gone the other way, Saints fans, there'd be no petition. There'd be no petition like there was before the game from Rams fans. Colin